Okay, I got my tea.
Good morning, comrades. It is Friday, folks. It is Friday. This is not a drill. You made it through your week. Friday is here and it is upon us, and so is the weekend. Also with us today, the one and only Blanca Estevez, returning champion on GMC. She is a member of the uh, National Political Committee in DSA, and she's also a dear friend of mine. Welcome back to the show, Blanca, returning champion.
Hi, thank you so much, Jeff. How was your week?
My week has been a little bit wild. So it's I've been doing I planted some new gardens in my house. I'm gonna have to show you some flowers. I made some raised boxes.
Yes.
And we planted some Gerber daisies. We're gonna put some new like hibiscus and stuff in there. It's gonna be very, very pretty.
So cute.
And then I'm also gonna start doing a little bit of like a plant and herb garden. Just for kicks, just for fun, something to do over the summer and spring. Do you garden?
Yes, I just planted some seeds. I planted some seeds on ¿Cuándo fue? Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
What?
They're already sprouting so much that I had to take the little lid off of they come with pellets.
Yeah.
I already had to take it off. So I'm going to later today get the stuff ready. They're going to stay inside for a little bit longer, but then in like a couple weeks they're going to be outside forever.
What are you planting?
I planted tomatoes,
Ooh.
peppers, basils, camellias, and morning glories.
Oh, pretty.
They bring in hummingbirds, and so on like the porch,
Mm-hmm.
since I work from home now, it's just it's beautiful. They come in and they're like,
and we also have G Wolf in the chat. We also have Ginny the Dragon in the Jack. Good morning to y'all. Anyway, so just about 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, you went down to Bessemer, Alabama, to get with to knock on some doors and canvas with the workers for the Amazon Union Drive. The drive the voting ended on Monday. We're still waiting on the results, but I just wanted to go over some of the pictures that you sent with that Union Drive. So if we could just share screen here. Where are we at, dude? Here you are. I guess just talk a little bit about the going down there itself and like what was it like? Who'd you go with? How was it? What did you see? What was your sense of everything?
oh my gosh, I loved it so much. It's been such a terrible COVID year. So, and like COVID struck us in the middle of like burning momentum, canvassing all the time. My chapter was actually going to go down to New Orleans to canvass and just stop.
I was very disappointed.
I know, me too. So this was our first time out, and I put it in the Slack a few weeks before we went to see if anybody was interested in going, and I was like very, very, very serious about only vaccinated people should go, and a small group, very 3 to 4 people, no more than 4, and so we ended up taking 3. Catherine got her shot and was like out, so she didn't get to go. And so it was the 3 of us, and we got there on a Thursday evening. Friday, I picked Christian up from the airport. She came too from North Texas, and it was really fun. So we got out Friday afternoon. We were at the actual union, at the Amazon distribution center.
Okay.
And so we were there. We did some solidarity shifts with the union reps, and that was great. that was so fun, and also realized how many off-duty officers they hired to intimidate workers.
Really?
Like,
Like
yeah,
already?
like just driving around, and then they also had on-duty officers just driving around. So we were there, we smiled, we waved, and we got a lot of thumbs ups. We got a lot of like fists up.
Mhm.
Um, and then we went canvassing all day Saturday. This is my favorite picture.
Okay.
Okay. This one, because so this is Derek, one of our newest members, and I I think the best thing to do to like train your replacements is just to throw them out there and
Mhm.
see how they do. And I mean, you have to be there too, like little training wheels. But
Yeah.
I like we went out. He was trying to read the script like word for word, and was like, "Derek, you
Cute.
can't do that." I was like, "You can't do
Adorable.
that." Yes, I was like, "You got to just find the things. 5,000 people want this. Like, do this, and then hype it up."
Mhm.
And he he did. We knocked on this door, and I mean, I'll be very honest, I was a little scared because I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god."
that guy does look a little bit like a stereotype.
Yes, and it was like Sarah Nelson came through my mind and was like, "Don't throw anybody out. Don't leave anybody out. Don't do it." So, we ended up talking to him. I ended up chatting with his child who's wearing like a "I'm really a unicorn" shirt. She had peach socks.
Whom
She
amongst us is not a unicorn?
I know she was watching oh, she told me she was watching SpongeBob. We talked about school. Anyway, her and I got along really well. And Derek talked to this talked to this person, and we ended up finding out that he was in a union.
Uh-huh.
So his name wasn't on the van list, but then he was like, "What do I need to sign for support? Give me something and I will sign it." Because
Oh, yeah.
and then just went into his life. I was in a union, and then this wretched state, right to work state, all nobody knows the power of the union, the propaganda so much,
Mhm.
and I want it back because I had a better life, my child had a better life. I mean, like, ugh, it was great. We spent a lot of time with him, and he signed he signed a pledge to support the workers, put this sign in his window, and was like amped. And then when I asked him if we could take a picture, he was like, "Yeah, yes." So it was like at every just about every door and every person that we interacted with was really cool. It took a little bit with some of them. This
This
guy
is the most hilarious picture. This is so funny because this is, like, grilling up everything, and there's Blanca just like, "Hey, big thumbs up."
this guy was so cool. I called it the CPN house. There
Yeah.
were
This dude
3
came with a
grills.
grill. Those are like old oil barrels that are just turned into grills. That is so cool.
He had 3 grills here, and then on the right, you don't see it, there's the lid, but he had another smoker going. I mean, like, the whole yard. He was getting ready for I
Still
don't know.
living the life, right?
So,
Talk about the grill pill, there you go.
yeah, and you can't, like I think whenever I'm on, I'm, like, on. So if you're out there, you're not gonna escape me, even if you're not on the van list, because I'm gonna come and talk to you.
Blanca's gonna get you.
And so I did. We went over, talked to him. First, I like complimented the grills, and then I was like, "Listen, I know a lot of people that love grilling." I was like, "You would love them too." And and he had these boots on, so you could tell just a good guy.
Yeah, those are good.
So so we talked about unions. He didn't understand. He was like, I saw something on Facebook about it, but can you explain it to me more? Like, why are these people not able to go to the bathroom? That's what I don't like. Why
Mhm.
can't they just why why is this happening to them? And so we like went through a little bit about just the tactics that they use. You know, they put the bathrooms as far away from where where the people are working so that when their 15 minutes or break time is up and they're not back at their position, they get written up, they get fired. It's
Right.
constant turnover. And he was like, I've heard all these really bad stories, but I'm proud of these workers.
Mhm.
I'm proud of them. They don't deserve that. I don't deserve the job. I mean, like, I don't deserve to be in the situations I'm in. I was like, you need a union.
Mhm.
And he was like, I applaud these workers for standing together. I hope that they win. I'll put this in my house. I'll
Hell
put
yeah.
it in my window. And I was like, good. So he signed our
Work.
stuff and he was like, where are you from? So I told him I was from Arkansas. I told a few of these people, mostly men, that I was from Arkansas, and I was like, I'm doing this because if you win, then we can win.
Mhm.
And this is huge. So this is the beginning, and it'll just be a domino effect. It'll give workers in the Walmart distribution centers just that much more. They can do it. It'll
Yeah,
give them a little bit of
by you, Walmart is like basically a lot of the cities are Walmart company towns essentially, right?
100%. It's like Walmart manufactured towns. It's
Mhm.
really, really gross.
Mhm.
And so I like explained it's very important that the workers win here because then it gives a boost of morale for the workers here. If they can do it there, we can do it here.
Mhm.
Walmart's not going to close distribution centers where it started.
Right.
Walmart's not going to do what they did a few years ago where they closed 7 stores that were ready to unionize. They just closed them.
Right.
Walmart's not gonna do so it it is they're not gonna do that. So we have to win here for other Walmart's workers across the country to win there too. There's just no way imagine like store 1 unionizing. They wouldn't shut that store down. That's like the Sam Walton store. There's like a huge shrine of him. Like they're not going to close that down. And that's what we need to do. So I explained just how important it was. People around the world were watching them and like praying for them, counting on them to just pull through. And everybody was great. It just was so great. I didn't want it to end.
Mhm.
Like, didn't want it to end. Then we ended our canvassing shifts and we went to the rally. And this was my first house.
Okay, this one right here.
She, yeah, she was my first house. And she told us that in the past, she was a secretary and she was in a union.
Mhm.
But then the unions left and
No.
then she got fired. And then, like, her life just became,
Worse.
lower quality. And she was really nice. She took it and she said she's older and she said, I can't go out and knock doors with you, but I'll call my friends."
That's awesome.
I was like, "This is great." So we would, um
Oh, good. Did
yeah,
you get
so it was fun.
oh, go ahead.
It was really great.
Did you get, like, a sense of, like, you know, is this gonna be a win or, is this gonna be a big victory or anything like that? Did it's the fact that this is taking a week to count, like, probably less than 5,000 ballots is so annoying. Like, why can't they just count the ballots fast?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, Amazon did like some pretty sneaky stuff, like
Uh,
putting fake ballot boxes around.
God.
Like, what are you afraid of?
Mhm.
We follow you've been following that guy's Twitter, probably, the
Uh,
CEO's Twitter.
Creepy CEO guy.
If you have nothing to worry about,
Hmm.
then why are you guys putting fake ballot boxes around?
Hmm.
Like, if you truly believe that your company is this good and this progressive, then you should have nothing to worry about.
You mean the Bernie Sanders of employers, as they call themselves? Isn't that hilarious?
It blows my mind that anybody would actually tweet that. And I make some pretty cringe tweets sometimes. I don't read them and then I just post them, but that tops anybody's cringe
Yeah,
tweet.
that is the cringiest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so bad. But I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win. I I don't think this is over. I think this is like the beginning. I think they're gonna win. I We have a lot of work to do. I mean,
Mm,
like, in all of this celebration and good times, it like we have a lot of political education to do, a lot
mm.
of popular education that we need to get out there because people are still confused about unions and they want to know, like, why is it taking my money? Well, we need to get the pillow man on the case, lol. But you know what I mean? Like, we have so much work to do.
Yeah, like
People don't know.
yeah, G Wolf says like Bernie would fight that hard against them unionizing. Bernie actually had a tweet this morning that was really good. Or it was actually from yesterday. And I actually shared it. Where is it? Dude, here I am. Boomer Jeff. Um, I want you to think about an America in which we have an explosion of union membership. That's our job. Together, we must grow the trade union movement all over this country. The only way to deliver real power to working people is by building the trade union movement. Boom. Good morning, Antifa. That is like, oh my God, you have the Bernie Mitten shirt.
I do.
I have one. Hold on, it's not a shirt, but right there, you see it.
Oh my gosh. How did you get that?
They sold them around here somewhere.
Dang, that's awesome.
But anyway, yeah, he did that. He did that tweet today, and I wanted to talk also because a friend of mine, Connor Lewis, you know Connor,
Yes.
he had
Mhm.
an article in these times talking about the steelworkers strike in 5 states that's happening right now.
Yes.
Isn't this sick? I'm gonna go ahead and read from this article.
Yeah, yeah, please.
So this is in these times in Breckenridge, Pennsylvania, at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, March 30th. 1,300 steelworkers employed by Allegheny Technologies Incorporated walked out in protest at facilities in Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Holy shit. The strike comes just over a year after United Steelworkers began negotiations with ATI. According to a statement released that day, the union is dissatisfied with company demands for, quote, major economic contract language concessions. So basically, they're doing an unfair labor practice walkout, which they're allowed to do. So the steelworkers further claimed that ATI committed unfair labor practices. A charge filed with the National Labor Relations Board on March 9th alleges that the company, quote, is refusing to furnish the union with essential bargaining information. So they're bargaining. They're saying like they're not telling them all the things that they need to do, that they have, or that they can that can be on the table. So it's very hard to negotiate when you don't have all that information. So and that's against the law. So now the workers are gonna walk out. Yeah, finally pushed the workers to strike. So, quote, we're willing to meet with management all day, every day, but ATI needs to engage with us to resolve the outstanding issues, McCall says. That's the president of the International. We will continue to bargain in good faith, and we strongly urge ATI, I almost said UTI, oops, to start doing the same.
It's early.
I'm having my coffee. I should be better than that. I'm here every day. So yeah, they're talking about plant closures. When we were first contracted to put this hot rolling mill at Brackenridge, they asked us for concessions because they wanted to create jobs that were going to be for us and for our families in the future, says Clark. It was supposed to guarantee more jobs for the community. So we were sacrificed because, yeah, they've been cutting back on everything. So no bueno. No bueno, but yeah, finally the workers are standing up. You gotta
Thank
love it.
God. Thank God, honestly. They deserve it. They deserve more. They deserve the whole world.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to Connor to come talk about this more or something. We love Connor on this show. Did you know that me and Connor and Diana did a podcast for a little bit? It was just
Oh, really?
yeah, it doesn't exist anymore, but it was there for a minute. It was called Union Thoughts.
Oh,
We gotta bring that back.
well,
It's a good one.
let me. Wow. When do they? 1300 is so good.
Yeah.
Man.
Everyone's still supportive, says somebody. Barchesky. They still wave. They come talk to us. Nobody wants to go on strike. We didn't get compensated for the last 7 months. We were locked out, but we can't lay down and take another beating. We can't let them just keep gutting us. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What a world.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Did you think 2 years ago that we were going to see just this how attractive union? I mean, like right now, people are getting so amped about unions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the most beautiful time. We can make, I mean, like unions are attractive and everyone's talking about them, except for the bosses.
It's really kind of surprising too, because like union density is at like what, like 10% in the United States. That's public and private sector unions, and like only 10% or so of people are in unions. But like polling, and you know how polling can be, but or whatever. But like polling says that union popularity is at 65%. So essentially, only 10% of people. It's so hard to make unions to make them actually happen because of the laws that we have here, that despite the fact that most people are in favor of unions, they can't or don't have one because it's so difficult to navigate the US law to make it happen. It's such a pain in the ass. 65% is an all-time high in terms of popularity for unions of all time.
We all want unions.
Mm-hmm.
We all want unions. Well, I just sat through, I'm not in a union, but I got to participate in a bargaining for just for something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like really intense.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool to see like what the workers wanted, how we could get what the workers wanted. And then we ended up being happy, but like it took a long time, and it's just really nice for it's a process for everyone. Like, so I want more people to be part of it and to see it.
Yeah. All right, you want to have a little fun?
Yeah.
All right. So this is something I saw yesterday. And I literally cannot unsee this. Like this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. One of the worst people on the planet, but regardless of that, she's also she posted a workout that she did yesterday. First off, look at this tweet before I even play the video. Look at this tweet, okay? This is my COVID protection. This is my COVID protection. Make America healthy again. It's time to fire Fauci. Hilarious, right? But look at this.
Wait, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, you're not? Oh, might be. Jenny's been waiting for this. Wait, hold on. Here she comes. Here she goes to pull-ups. What the hell is she doing?
What is this?
That's supposed to be her doing pull-ups, but like anybody who's ever done pull-ups in their entire life, I mean, you're supposed to pull up, not like kick your legs and flop like a salmon.
Yeah, you're not supposed to throw your weights down like that.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is. This is my COVID protection. Get real, Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's been more studies about how smoking marijuana helps against COVID protection, does COVID protection than this. What the heck? We should talk about that at another time.
She's one of like the QAnon Congress people.
I can't believe that she actually got elected in there.
Yeah. But let's watch it again. She looks like a salmon trying to spawn upstream. Watch. Those ridiculous like jerks over and over again aren't any good. But like this is like a CrossFit thing, apparently. Like that's how you're supposed to do pull-ups. That is so funny to me. Like this is not an arm workout. You're not doing your shit.
What is she doing? What muscle groups, I wonder?
Those are supposed to be pull-ups, but like that's not pull-ups.
No, that's not pull-ups.
Anyway,
oh my
gosh. That's wild. Let's see here. I also had this. Give me one sec. So you've been paying attention to the Matt Gaetz thing?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been working a lot of hours this week. A lot. And you know what I saw in the morning yesterday?
Oh.
I couldn't sleep. And guess what happened?
What happened?
I watched the Tucker Carlson interview.
Okay, with Matt Gaetz.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my God. What did you think of that?
I was just like, oh, if Tucker Carlson is like
throwing you under the bus.
That was the weirdest interview I've ever done on the show. So I mean, this guy was erratic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're trying to bleed my family of money. Well, maybe not that person, but we're coming for your money to redistribute it.
Yeah,
so,
the most amazing thing was that when he kept trying to be like, oh, Tucker Carlson, remember the time that you got accused of sex crimes? Remember the time that you got accused of sex crimes?
Did he, though?
Yeah, he said that. Well, apparently, it happened. But like, if you're Tucker Carlson and you invited this dude on your show to like say your side, and then you're just like, hey, you got accused of sex crimes too, didn't you? Like, if you're Tucker Carlson, like, what are you thinking? You're like, well, fuck you, man. I'm trying to give you a line and bail you out, and you're gonna like pull this up. Anyway, that guy, Matt Gaetz, this creepy Congress guy, he's the investigation that's been happening is that they're focusing on paying women. So essentially, it's almost like a paid sex trafficking operation that he's like moving underage women to states so he can like potentially have sex with them or whatever. But anyway, just to read from this article, the Justice Department investigation into Representative Matt Gaetz and indicated Florida politician is focusing their involvement on multiple women who were recruited online for sex and received cash payments, according to people close to the investigation, and text messages and payment receipts. You reviewed by the New York Times. So that investigators believe Joel Greenberg, a former tax collector in Seminole County, Florida, who was indicated last year on a federal sex trafficking charge and other crimes, initially met with a woman through a website that connected people who go on dates in exchange for gifts, fine dining, travel, and allowances, according to three people with knowledge of the encounters. Mr. Greenberg introduced the women to Matt Gates, who also had sex with them, the people said.
Whoa.
One of them also agreed to have sex with an unidentified associate of theirs, Florida Republican politics, according to a person familiar with the arrangement. Dr. Greenberg had initially contacted her online and introduced her to Gates, the person said. The Gates Department inquiry is also examining whether Gates had sex with a 17-year-old girl and whether she received anything of material value, according to 4 people familiar with the investigation. The sex trafficking count against Greenberg involved the same girl, according to 2 people briefed on the investigation. So they're paying children. That's the allegation, at least, in the investigation. And his claim is essentially oh God. His claim is that he's being smeared or he's being extorted for doing the thing that he did. The Times has reviewed receipts from Cash App.
Oh, man.
And Apple Pay that show payments from Gates and Greenberg to one of the women and a payment from Mr. Greenberg to a second woman. The women told their friends that the payments were for sex, and the 2 men, according to 2 people, sex with the 2 men, according to 2 people familiar. He's paying people on Cash App. He's not even like covering his tracks.
Oh my gosh. He's erratic. I mean, that interview.
Yeah. Well, that dude is like, he just like oozes creepy weirdo, right?
Yes.
You just look at him. He looks like a evil game show host. Doesn't he?
Yes.
I mean, look at this guy. Look at his hair. What's up with his hair? What is that big that's going on there? Pretty sus.
What is this guy? Where did he come out of?
Florida. He's a Florida man.
Oh, gosh.
He actually is my buddy Wes. He lived out in like Fort Walton. Actually, I lived out in Fort Walton, the area that this guy covers. I lived there like after Hurricane Katrina. That's where we evacuated to, like Destin and Fort Walton Beach and stuff. It's like a weird area because it's like a lot of coastal tourist towns, and then like north of that is like a lot of like really like religious conservative areas. Yeah.
Well, at least we know that these like religion numbers are declining, which is kind of sad to me, but also fine. These evangelical days are numbered.
Yeah, well, I'm not against religion, to be 100% clear. Like, it obviously, like,
thank you. I'm not.
If you believe in God or whatever, like that's your prerogative, and that's cool. You know, it's not exactly where I'm at, but like that's not also like a place where we like. It's not an impediment to organizing, I guess, if you ask me. You know, I don't know. Some people are like really weird about religion in like, organizing spaces, and I'm just sort of like, whatever, you know, like who cares? Like churches are like one of them, I guess, to sort of like put it in a weird way. Like churches are kind of like organizing, like organizing centers historically. I mean, like seriously, that's where community kind of springs from, for better and for worse, to be clear. And like the Catholic Church is one of the biggest organized like institutions in the history of the world.
Oh my gosh, it's true. It's also their top level.
Be clear.
It's got a lot of problems, but the people, look at this behind me. Whoa.
Oh, look at that. It's Mother Mary.
So I grew up Catholic, so I know that like the people, especially in Spanish Mass, are really good. Good humans, want to help, always have each other's backs. Something happens to anybody, they have like a kermes. They get together and they make the best foods, and then they sell them for like $1 or $2 each thing, and then you raise a bunch of money, and then you give it to the person's family that needs help. So
I will tell you this: I went to, it's probably about a year ago. But like this is before COVID. It had to be like over a year ago. But like I went to the first Catholic like mass. It was a funeral for a family member, right? I went to the first Catholic mass that I'd been to probably in 20 years prior to that. One thing that I will never forget about the Catholics, and this is like a nerd thing that I appreciate, and few others do. They sure can get through an agenda like you can't believe. Like they got that shit down. Am I wrong?
No.
They have a set agenda. They know how to get their meeting through efficiently. They don't even need a timekeeper. Don't
No,
need no.
we need that.
By the way, Ginny wants to know about marijuana to help prevent COVID. Tell her more.
Hold on, let me put this in the chat.
Oh, okay. There is something. Hell yeah. Let's get live on the air.
I got it sent to me. I'm gonna send it to you through Twitter so you can put it up on the screen.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's what I got in my group chat. My friend says, my friend says, wait, did I send you all the article on cannabis and COVID? And I was like,
article.
He was like, I hope it's still the same as the one I read last year, which was like weed keeps the symptoms and severity down. But no, you didn't send. She was like, I really think this is why I didn't get it and had very little reaction to the vaccine.
This is real? Oh my God. Researchers in the United States have conducted a study showing that cannabis plant have compound inhibited infection with severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 in human being cells. The SARS-CoV-2 is the agent responsible for coronavirus disease, and that continues to sweep the globe, threat to the health and world economy. So it inhibits replication of the virus in human lung cells. What? Marsha Rosner from the University of Chicago in Illinois and colleagues found that cannabidiol, CBD, and its metabolite 7-OH-CBD potently blocked the SARS-CoV-2 replication in lung and epithelial cells. Holy crap. Best thing, Dan says, best thing for post-vaccine soreness. What? I mean, I believe that one for sure. The compound also induces expression for interferons, cell signaling proteins that are produced by host cells as an early response to viral invasion. Furthermore, the incidence of SARS-CoV-2 infection was up to an order of magnitude lower in a cohort of patients who had been taking CBD. So this is CBD is well. So you could just be taking CBD and you were good. Which I've actually never tried CBD.
It like doesn't do anything. I don't know what it is exactly supposed to do. Maybe I got a bad thing, but I don't know what it's supposed. It's not supposed to get you high, so I guess
with it, yeah, that effect. It's like boring. It's like boring. The study highlights CBD and its active metabolite 7-OH-CBD. Wow, so chemistry is confusing. As potential preventative agents and therapeutic treatments for SARS-CoV-2 at early stages of infection. Wow. Rapid spreads of SARS-CoV-2 highlights the need for new treatments. Well, it sounds like there is one. It's like light beer, says G Wolf. Light beer, incredible. Dan tried Delta 8 THC, and it was a lot stronger than he thought it would be. Hell yeah.
Delta 8 THC. Delta 8
SARS-CoV-2 virus primarily enters host cells through the binding of a surface viral protein called spike protein. The human host cell receptor angiostensin converting the enzyme. Okay, so basically it prevents it from spreading. What? This is incredible.
I know, that's what I said. It was like, whoa.
You can buy CBD on the internet. They got a ton of stores around here that you can buy it from as well. I just never messed with it.
Oh, Delta 8 is Delta 8 is illegal in Arkansas, of course.
THC.
Mm. Oh,
Mm,
wait, it's THC. Never mind. It's legal, but with a card then.
yeah.
Damn. Okay. Friends, I am off of the stuff. Everything. I'm
Yeah.
off of all the things. I am trying to just work out and
Are you
trying
doing
to work
are you
out.
Taylor Green pull-ups?
I'm not doing that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just can barely lift the bar still. What? I'm trying to get ready for Vegas.
Oh, are you going to Vegas?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're all going to Vegas.
I wish. I wish I could.
Wait, you're not going to Vegas? Yes, you are.
We'll talk about this after the show.
It's this day.
I might need a remote into Vegas.
You should go. I bet Dan is going too.
um, I'm. That's really exciting, though. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I guess to kind of move forward, why is boycott Rolling Stone trending?
Oh no.
Oh, it's somebody saying that Saudis own Rolling Stone or something. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. No, thank you.
So what do you think about the over 500,000 calls that DSA members have made for the
For the
Pro
Pro
Act?
Act, I think I haven't done enough of them. So let's talk about the Pro Act campaign. So DSA is involved in. We talked about this. We had Daniel come on the show. I talked about it with Ryan. I had an episode with Megan Romer and also Chris Curley. We talked about freelancers in the Pro Act. But yeah, the Pro Act is one of the most the biggest changes to labor law in the favor of workers since the New Deal, right? And DSA, an organization we're both part of, has been doing a considerable amount of phone banking, and we just crossed the 500,000 call mark. And what we're doing is we're calling people in key states right now: Maine, Virginia, West Virginia, Arizona, and trying to get these senators, Cinema, Mark Kelly, Joe Manchin, Angus King, and Mark Warner to support the PRO Act because this, Senator Schumer, the majority leader, said that if we can get to 50 votes, they would put it up for a vote. 50
We need it.
And now, most recently, the PRO Act has been added to Joe Biden. This is actually kind of based. This is like one thing Joe Biden's good at. He put the PRO Act up on the big infrastructure bill. It's a part of it. So yeah, DSA's specifically has been a part of the past PRO Act campaign, and we just crossed 500 calls in those key states. It's crazy. 500,000 calls.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get to 1 million probably by next week or something.
I believe so. Yeah.
But I guess my take on it is I haven't made enough calls myself. I only did one night of phone banking because I'm lazy.
Well, that's okay. I signed up for a shift, and then Arkansas opened up the vaccines to everyone, and my work days have been
very, very busy.
12 hours so very busy. But people are getting vaccinated. I mean, some vaccines are being wasted, but people are being vaccinated.
How much are being wasted?
I don't know, but I got up this morning that said, I got up this morning and was reading that there was a huge down the street, like a very big event, and they were needing like 1,000 people to come in so that they wouldn't waste the vaccines. But like, it's so bad that I'll tell you, like, after my contract is over, I can like talk about it more, but they would do very well if they let CPN do the distribution of the vaccines. Like, if you could just let us get in there and organize it and structure it
Right.
up, we would not be wasting any. We would be getting to the most vulnerable first. We would probably even be taking like the Johnson and Johnson ones to people that are homebound.
Mhm.
I mean, like, there should have been a plan, and there's like no plan, and I just have to be there and be like, I can't do anything, but I will as soon as my contract is over. It's a mess, and it's because medicine is for profit in
Mm.
this wretched country.
Yeah, medicine being for profit is totally screwed up. You know, it's backwards, and it's a inversion of the way things ought to be, because everybody deserves to get the medicine to be alive.
Did you see Cuba has three or so? Um, Let me see. They have developed 3 vaccines, and they don't have to be kept in those super cold freezers. They can be kept at like 45 degrees or even on the shelf and still be okay. And Cuba is going to give them to poor countries at no cost, or at cost, like
Mhm.
no or at cost. And that is like, can you imagine being the richest country in the world, like the US, and saying, "Man, these countries don't deserve it," blocking them, blocking them,
Mhm.
blocking their people, but we are the good guys.
Yeah,
But we're the good guys. And then Cuba, who's just like, just
literally on an
amazing.
island and figuratively on
Yeah.
an island as well.
And they're like sending out medical brigades to places. They're coming up with these vaccines and just saying, "Hey, we are going to give them to these poor Latin American countries that the US has like essentially fucked."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's it.
G Wolf says that, yeah, we have plenty of vaccine here, but since 50% of people won't take it, I think it's probably less than 50% of people, but there is a considerable number of people that are just like, it's like a very loud minority that are just like, I don't know about this vaccine, you know?
Oh
And
my
I know,
gosh.
I even know, and this is anecdotal, so it might not be true, but like I know people who have taken the vaccine and they're still like, I don't know about this vaccine. It's like, well, too bad.
Oh my gosh, that's actually what I was going to say. At
Uh-huh.
one of the clinics that I worked at, there was this white man that came in and was like in a hat. He had like a whole jacket on. He was looking around. He sat in the chair, and I was like, "Hey, are you going to get ready? Like, you got to take your coat off. You got to lift your sleeve up. You got to do these things." And he was like, "Do not tell any of my friends that I am here." And I was like, it's like, "I'm not going to tell any of your friends that you're here." And
Yeah.
he was like, "I don't want them to know that I'm getting the vaccine." And I was like, "Will you tell me why?" And he was like, "Well, you know, I'm not going we're all not getting the vaccine. We all said it, and now here I am getting the vaccine." And I'm like hiding it. Like it's something bad.
Mhm.
The guy voted for Trump, so
Yeah. Well, you know what? He did exactly what Trump did too, didn't he? I mean, like so G Wolf is saying that he lives in Rush/Tucker country. So do I. So do I. And I guess my sort of thing is that like people will follow the lead of Trump, which is sort of like set, because what Trump did is he got the vaccine and didn't tell anybody until like months later. So like I imagine that other people are going to do the same stuff. They'll be like, Shh, don't tell anybody I've got the vaccine. Your dad doesn't believe COVID is real. That is nuts. That's not my mother-in-law is kind of like that.
oh, come on, people.
I
Just
mean, you know, over 500,000 people dead. So I mean, like, it's pretty solid evidence that it is real. But you know, whatever.
people are like saying no, or they come back. If you ever wander onto Facebook comments, news section comments, people are like, "It's just a fraction of
Mhm.
people. It's not even a lot."
Yeah, you want everybody to get it. You want everybody to get sick. You want everybody to potentially, get
Just
get their life
protection.
threatened by this, especially people who are like more vulnerable. And plus, then I've heard also one of the things that really makes me crazy is people who are just like, well, and this is the words at this of it, but it's like, what is wrong with the blacks because they're getting it at higher rates than white people or whatever? And it's like, really? Like, don't you understand how like poverty works and how how poverty is along racial lines? It's a lot of like kind of crazy like race science that goes into this stuff.
People are weird,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, anything you want to say on your way out? I mean, like, especially, you went to Amazon. You went to. What do you think's going to happen? You think they're going to win down in Bessemer? When are we going to finally get these damn
In a few
results?
weeks, I think.
A few weeks? Like, come on! I can count to 5,000. I could have counted to 5,000 10 times already. How did it take so long to count all these votes?
I don't know, but I was reading articles that were like, oh, we should have it within a few weeks.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. They're going to win. I mean, win or lose, I'm really proud of our Birmingham DSA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. That's a sorry, Ginny the dragon. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Win or lose, Birmingham DSA made like a huge contribution by just standing in solidarity and supporting the workers. So they'll be there. They'll continue to be there. They'll continue to organize. I'm very proud of them. Very good. A good group of humans. Very nice. So we should have Jason come on the show. He's the one that worked like directly with the union.
Jason in Birmingham?
Yeah, Jason Birmingham DSA.
Can you hook us up?
Yeah, he's like the co-chair there. It's so great. I mean, they were like really conscious of like accessibility. They were really good. A very model example for, they're they're a small chapter in a red state, punching above their weight, and they did just a hell of a job coordinating people, getting people to sign letters, doing events, COVID safe events. So yeah, I'll hook you up for sure.
Absolutely. Let's make this happen.
Cool. I will.
All right. And that's going to be it for us today. You can support us on all the things. And yeah, check us out. We will be back tomorrow. I'm going to send y'all over to Andrea, who is back from a 1-week suspension on YouTube, which is very unfortunate for her, but go ahead and follow there. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Bye.